Hello there, today I'm going to be giving a book talk or a book review, whatever you want to call it, on a book. That book is Lord of the Rings by J.R.R Tolkien. This is the book I'll be talking about today, this specific edition. This is a culmination of all three books in the trilogy, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King, all written by J.R.R Tolkien. Now, you may be wondering, why did I read the book in the first place? Well, that's actually a very interesting question. A few years ago, when I was, a child, I decided to watch the movies. My mom thought, Kenny, you should have read the books before you saw the movies, so I read the books anyways after I saw the movies. Fell in love with the trilogy. I've read it 7 or 8 times since. Still love it. Now, you may be wondering, why should I read the book, and why are you presenting the book, Kenny? Well, I have an answer. One, it's just a great book. That's why I presented it. I love the book. I love the series. I love the whole world of Middle-earth. I play the Minecraft mod when I actually can. Watch it on YouTube. I played the games. I love the games, especially the Lego ones, because Lego's cute. And it's just an amazing storytelling experience inside of the book. Great character arcs, great world building, and just a great villain in Sauron himself. It's really just what you think of in a true fantasy tale. And you could even say that the fantasy genre was pretty much invented by Tolkien. And you should read this because it's just such a storytelling experience that everybody, I think, should experience themselves. I think everybody should experience these crazy character arcs and these crazy tie-ins. And this is written way back, long before we had Pixar Theory and the MCU and all of that fun stuff. This book, in my opinion, single-handedly invented the fantasy genre as we know it today. One of the great character arcs in Lord of the Rings is Frodo freaking Baggins himself. Frodo Baggins is a hobbit from the Shire, and he needs to destroy the One Ring, kind of because one, Gandalf told him so, and two, it will save Middle-earth from the Dark Lord Sauron. But he kind of has to go past through the Misty Mountains, which really suck. I mean, come on, any video game tells you that. Waves of orcs trying to kill him and get the One Ring, and he also has to deal with political nonsense from Gondor and the city of Minas Tirith, and he also has to deal with an evil wizard in Saruman the White. He embarks on this journey with a bunch of people, and they march towards Mordor, and after his friends, except for Samwise Gamgee, all split up, they have to go to Mordor by themselves. So, what does Frodo do? He gets to Mordor, and is like, no, actually, I want to keep this ring and become a Dark Lord myself. And then Sam gives just this beautiful speech, beautiful in the books, beautiful in the movies, and convinces Frodo to throw the ring over the edge, where Gandalf steps in and saves him with the eagles after realizing, oh, they're alive. So, what is a theme of this book, you ask? Well, Lord of the Rings, like all books, has a theme. And, in my opinion, the main theme of this book is the greatest of heroes can come in little forms. I mean, come on. Frodo Baggins is a hobbit, which literally is, super short. And he is one of the greatest heroes. He saves Middle-earth from the evil Sauron. Kind of a pretty great feat, if you ask me. It makes him a pretty great hero. Here's a little one-pager poster I made for this book. There are many elements to this one-pager. One of them is quite possibly my favorite scene from the book. This is a picture from the movie The Two Towers, when the Ents march on Isengard to go defeat Sauron. Honestly, one of the best parts of any book I have ever read. I also included the Ring of Power, because that is the object everybody is after. It's kind of like a MacGyver story. You've got Saruman asking for it because he wants his own power, Sauron wanting it so he can murder everybody, and then Frodo wanting it thrown into the Pit of Doom, also known as Mount Doom. I also included the poem of the Rings of Power. 3 rings for the Elven Kings under the sky, 7 for the Dwarf Lords in their halls of stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne. In the land of Mordor where the shadows lie, 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them, in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. Also included a little character trait, wheelie thingamabob for Frodo, kind of just, he's courageous, he's also the ring bearer, he's also kind of nice, I couldn't think of another word. He's also very strong-willed. He overcame the One Ring's influence. He's also very brave for going to freaking Mordor, and he's also kind of a loving person. He's also short. He's also a fighter. He kind of fought off a lot of people, and he's also was declared an elf friend by Elrond in Rivendell. And I also included my little theme, the greatest of heroes can come in little forms, because it's a very true fact. Let's leave off some really interesting facts about Lord of the Rings. And inspired the movies, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King, all 3 off of their respective books. And even had Return of the King win so many awards. Didn't they win like 9 Oscars or something? Lord of the Rings also is cited as inspiration for the Led Zeppelin song Stairway to Heaven. Not going to say the exact references here, because I might get this taken down, and I would not like that. Lord of the Rings also has several locations named after locations in the books. Like, for example, in Mars, there is a mountain range known as the Misty Mountains. Bet you didn't know that. And Lord of the Rings just has a complete semblance off of pop culture. It has led to the birth of so many memes, including the Aragon, one does not simply blah blah blah. So now I'd like to say thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed this book talk.